Alright, welcome to the Nordic Stitches YouTube channel. I'm Lily. Originally, I'm a knitwear designer and not an acrobatic, or whatever you want to call it. In this channel, I talk a little bit about some of the new things I receive or buy. I also show off works in progress and finished objects in both knitting and crochet, mostly knitting. And today, I have quite a bit to talk about. I'm carrying a heavy load on my bike. Don't worry, I'm going very slow because I forgot my helmet. Oh my goodness. I just want to come all in one piece. Alright, why don't you grab your favorite beverage and I'll meet you back here when it is time for me to start chatting about the knitting and all that jazz. Alright, I might just hello, I'm settled, as you can hear behind me in just a few seconds. I am not alone. There's a few girls, a couple of girls bathing from the point I was actually going to podcast. But I didn't find it fitting having half-naked girls around me when I was podcasting. So I am now on the trail, hoping no hikers or spiders will find me, because I have severe arachnophobia and no fly swatter with me. So if I all of a sudden knock out my camera, you know what happens. Did I introduce myself? My goodness, it's been so long. I have no idea. I'm Lily. I'm a knitwear designer. I'm based in the Arctic, Norway. We're in the peak of the last summer here. Today is August 8th. I don't know when this will be uploaded, but at least that's the date when this is recorded. And yeah, it's a beautiful day, my goodness. Can't complain about this. Yeah, as I said, I live in the Arctic Norway. I live in Stokmarknes, Vesterålen, which is the home of the Hurtigrute cruise boat line. So if you've ever traveled with that up north, you will have most likely docked here. Where you can find me, I'm just going to put it on the screen. You can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat, as well as here on YouTube. I'm most active on Ravelry and on Snapchat and Instagram. But there's also the Ravelry Group you can join, where you can find CALs and FO threads for random projects, just as well as works in progress thread for random projects, you know, anything you want to share. There's CALs, there's chatter, there's, you know, one of those regular Ravelry group, just, you know, connected to this channel. I'm already rambling. This is not a good sign. I'm sorry. I was so stressed by those girls. I was just sitting there for like 10 minutes waiting for them to leave, and then they started bathing, so I was like, so I took my bike around the trail. So yeah, I'm stressed. I'm going to calm down. Right, the Hyggekall winner was drawn, and if I still have the picture, I will put it here-ish. And I contacted the winner. The winner was post number 10, which was my podcasting friend from England. What? That was so exciting. So congratulations to Ali, who hosts the Little Drops of Wonderful podcast. I'm sorry, Ali. Hello. Love you. All right. Thank you to every single one who knit one of my hygge shawls and entered in the FO thread. Love. Now, there are 3 giveaways to announce for this episode. 1, the Winding Roads beanie. I think that's the name. If not, I'm going to put it here. That is a pattern by Amelia, who hosts the Arctic Knitting podcast here on YouTube. She also has her hand-dyed yarns available at arcticyarns.com, and she designed this beanie and decided to gift me, to gift one of you a copy, because I actually test knitted this one for her, I think. Or was that the other pattern? I'm sorry. Scatterbrain much. Oh well. Anyway, she has gifted this to one of you guys. So that was giveaway number 1. Thank you, Amelia. Very, very nice. Then there's giveaway number 2, given to us, or one of you will win 1 pattern bundle subscription to Eli of the Skinder Knits podcast here on YouTube, Särbu Mitten Club. What? Oh my goodness, this is so amazing. She has designed this 1 pair of Särbu mittens, which was a riot. She is now in those, trending spots on Ravelry with her with her mittens. It's awesome. And I keep checking if people are coming. In addition to that 1 pattern already released, there will be 1 pair of mittens released September 1st, October 1st, November 1st, and December 1st. That is 5 patterns in total for DK Weight Yarn. Her idea is that you will have 5 pairs at the end of the year to have all to yourself or to give away. It's amazing. I do believe she said there will be a knit along for it, so go check out her YouTube channel if you haven't already, and let's face it, you probably have, because she's the queen of colorwork, you guys. She rocks. Yeah, alright, so... And they are not mystery patterns, they will be released in the fall, so they are in English and they are charted, just so you know. The 3rd giveaway is, I am so going to butcher this name, and I am sorry. It's donated by Janine, and she hosts the Yarn and You podcast here on YouTube. It's amazing. You ought to check it out. All these 3 girls have podcasts, and they are awesome. The wonderful Janine has donated the Yeksa shawl. Yeksa. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Putting a picture here. It's written for DK Weight Yarn. And this is how you can enter to win 1 or all 3. There will be 1 thread per pattern / bundle in my Ravelry group. To enter, you have to go into the pattern thread you want to win. If you want to win all 3, enter in all 3. If you just want to win 1, just enter in that thread. Just enter in the thread that you want to win, not just to win. All 3 will have the same prompt, which is, tell me 1 thing that made your heart sing with joy within the last 24 hours. It's that simple. Just put a comment in the thread, and I will pick a winner with random number generator, and I have no idea when I'm going to close the thread. Today's August 8th. I'm going to open the threads the day I upload this, which you will know when it is because you're watching this. So let's say it's open a week from the upload date, which is below the video in the information bar. Alright, so yeah, that was the giveaways. Announcements. Okay, so let's see here. Let's start with the Nordic Stitches Slow TV. Now, what is Slow TV, you ask? Basically, it's just filming a long segment very little talking, if any, and that's just about the general idea. Norway has gotten pretty darn famous for it the last few years. We've done the Bergensbane, which is the train ride between Bergen, the second largest city in Norway, and Oslo, our capital city. It was winter, it was snowy, and they filmed the entire journey. I don't know, I did not watch this. I was one of the 1 or 2 million that didn't watch it. And we're 5 million here, just in case you're wondering. We have, tipped the 5 million scale. Not very big country. When they did the Hurtigrute minutes by minutes, because the Bergensbane was also minutes by minutes. One going show, 24/7 on the TV. It's amazing. For some reason we are hooked. So when they did the Hurtigrute program, there were cameras just about anywhere on the boat. You could see all the surroundings, people standing on islands and waving, holding up signs where they had greetings for loved ones living in different parts of the country. And it's just amazing to see that kind of community come together just because of, a TV show. It's very fun. So my idea for Nordic Stitches Slow TV is I go hiking a lot, and when I do, I grab a lot of footage and I put it into the podcast, and 99% of you loves that, and that is one of the things that you guys have commented on the most that you like. I have heard you, and I am now adapting the Nordic Stitches Slow TV. I will start recording when I start walking, and I will stop recording when I'm done. Catch my drift? You will see what I see. I won't be speaking much, if any, and this way you will get to see the nature that surrounds me, cities I may visit, maybe if you want to see a yarn store minute by minute. Just let me know and I can do that. And I'm hoping that this will open your eyes a little bit to what inspires me, because 99.9% of what inspires me is what you see here behind me. I am loving the fact that I am now outside recording, and I will try to do my best and do so in the future. Yes, I am more outside than I am inside these days. So it just, comes natural. And by the way, this way, you guys will see the seasons change with me. Alright, so that was the Nordic Stitches Slow TV. It may be a little bumpy because, I'm walking with my cell phone in a selfie stick, and this is not a Hollywood production. It never has been, it never will be, and I will never try to make it be just that. Take it for what it is. Oh, don't watch the videos. I will upload them by themselves, titled Nordic Stitches Slow TV. So you know what to look for. The first episode will be up already, if not, just around the same time as this episode. I hope you like it. FOs. Let's do the FOs. Alright. I'm wearing one. I'm just going to step on the stool. Please don't collapse. It's not a very stable stool. I love it. I love it. I hope you can see it well. Originally, I didn't think it was gonna fit because it looked so small and I'm a little chunky. So I was thinking, alright, so it doesn't fit now, but it probably will because I'm losing weight. So I was gonna hang it in my closet and have it as one of those, in the future garments. And I took it off the needles and it fit just right. Right now it's starting to get a little baggy around here, which is a good sign. Other FOs I have are socks. Let's see here. But first, the socks I brought with me lives in this bag. I sewed this bag out of an old denim shirt and an old not very old, but I had spilled some tomato sauce on it that I couldn't get off, not even with Vanish. So I sewed a bag of them both because I didn't use the denim shirt. It was very 80s. And yeah, it is so soft. But I'm not using it because it's not sturdy. Would you mind if a bag was sturdy or not? Let me know in the comments. Am I just being very weird? On the inside, I didn't make pockets. I was going to, but I forgot. On the inside, there's this fishy fabric. It's a good thing I know the water's cold, as if not, I would be running over there right now. Yeah, so it's got a box bottom, like that. I'm getting pretty good at making those ends meet, or those meet. Terminology right on there. Pair number 1. This is knit in a commercial yarn from Europris, which is a chain store in Norway. I don't know if any other countries have that store. If you do know, let me know in a comment down below. I should know that, but I don't. This is not a self-striping yarn. I don't do self-striping yarn for socks because I need a heel flap and gusset, which is going to mess up a little bit of the striping around the gusset area because there's more stitches. So I really wanted a stripy pair of socks, gray and white, comfy and soft, which this yarn is. Now there's only one gray. I'm lying, it's not gray and white, it's dark gray and gray. This is what they look like. Yarn from Europris comes in very few colors compared to the rest of the world's yarn enabling places. And if you want to knit a pair of these and are in Norway or live in Norway, this is the dark gray and the light gray. Simple as that. They also have a white, which I thought I had used, but hadn't. Pair number 2 looks like this. This is, I have cheat notes with me, tucked into every FO pair of socks. Little French Meadow yarn, gillyweed colorway. It's out of my comfort zone. This is the gillyweed. This is the same commercial yarn that I just showed you in the first pair of socks. So, yeah. As you can see, here is a little color pooling because there's, you know, more stitches. I don't mind. I don't care. Out of my comfort zone when it comes to socks, but they are going into my box of socks, which is sleeping socks. Yes, I am going to have a box of sleeping socks when I am done with this year. It's the same amount of stitches, same amount of rows, and one sock is taller than the other. So I'm basically thinking that I messed up my row gauge at some point, which is highly unusual. Anyway, this is what they look like. Same, what I didn't say for the first pair was that I do a 20 round row, 20 round rib, 50 here, 30 heel, and then 60 rounds, and then a rounded toe. I just decrease until I have 5 stitches left, and then I 3 needle bind them off. Yeah, so it's a good thing I said that out loud because someone asked me on the previous live event that I did. We talked about socks and sock knitting and preferred type of socks and stuff like that. And someone wanted to know what the 3 needle bind off looked like on the inside if it didn't create a seam. Now it does create a seam, but I don't mind it because I can't feel it when I'm wearing them. Some might, but with a little wear and tear, it's not going to be very much as a bother. So this is what it looks like on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. I'm using the front camera on my phone, you know, just to have a chance to see what I'm doing here because I don't have a mirror to work out from. So that is it. I weave in my ends. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have anything else to say about that pair. Pair number 3. This is what pair number 3 looks like. This is Arne. I'm Norwegian, I say Arne. and Carlos yarn. Do you hear that squeaking sound? What is that? Sounds like a bumblebee is stuck or something. Oh well, I hope she's not. These are the Arne and Carlos Regia yarn socks. These are my first pair ever in this color line, and I love it. It just so happened that from the point I was finished with one sock until I had to start the other, there was a mini to wind up until the point I could actually have them matching. That's why they match. I love this yarn. It's so... I know a lot of people say it's a little sturdy, but this is so soft to me. I love it. Anyway, same 20 rounds, 50 rounds, 30, 60, and rounded toe to 5 stitches. It's color 03657. The sun's peeking through a couple of branches. It's wonderful. Pair number 4. Someone's coming. Just my luck. Pair number 4 looks like this. This is Nora Jor Yarns, Beautiful Tracy, and colorway Beach Bum. No idea what the yarn base is. Pretty sure there's a bug somewhere. Love. Last pair looks like this. This is also Nora George Yarns, but this is a Harry Potter colorway called Room of Requirements. I bought it solely because of the colorway, name, and ended up loving the color. Beautiful! The last FO I have to show you today is this. Let's see if I can show it. This is a cotton shawl. Designed to be a cotton shawl to shield me from the sun. We didn't have much sun this summer, so I haven't used it yet. This is Ice Yarns. This yarn is not in sale anymore, and it breaks my heart because I know they had some pinkish colors of this same colorway, and I would really like more of both this and that, but there you have it, you can't have it all. It's 50% bamboo, 25% cotton, and 25% draloon, whatever you call it. It's just a granny triangle, and at the end I put these scalloped edges with a picot here. You can see that there. This is ending up pretty good quality for a front camera film. It's not bad. There's a spider spinning in front of me. The only UFO I have to show you this time is a colorwork project. I haven't knit on this for about a week, and I've also I've also dropped a few stitches, but I'm not going to mess with that, so I can pick them up later. Anyway, this is the Damiaka Loppa Kufta flea cardigan, I believe it's in English. It's a it's a pattern by Ann Myhre. She's also known as Pinneguri. Originally, it is a 5-color my goodness, cardigan, and I am more comfortable in pullovers than I am in cardigans. So I'm actually turning mine into a cardigan, and I have to move because someone is coming. And the girls have left. So I'm now going to bring the bike, myself, and the UFO and the new things over to the pier, and I'll see you there. Have a sip of something in the meanwhile. This is turning out to be quite the adventure. Alright, let's try this again. The first day I knit from here to here. Not taking into consideration that I was knitting a pullover, not a kofta. The thing is, and you're just gonna have to live with any reflection in the sunglasses, because what? Without realizing that I was placing the seam in the front. Yeah, that's what I did, because in the back you have short rows to get it higher in the back. You see these sections, they don't show up in the front. So I had to rip all back and replace the seam. So the seam is now in the mid-back, and I'm not going to care. Originally, I would have it in the middle of the back of the sleeve and down in the side. But you know what? It's fine. I'm not going to bother. I went for 3 colors. It is, originally I was thinking 4. It's a 5 color pattern. But love, it's Droppsflora. It's a commercial yarn. I love it. It's 65% wool and 35% alpaca, so it's pretty darn soft. At least I think so. And the light brown camel color is color 07. The dark gray is color 05. And the pure white is color 02. And it is turning out just as rustic as I wanted it to be. So the second day I reknit this because, you know, I frogged it back and then I reknit it. That was day 2. Day 3 I did this and this, oh well, here about on the arm, and then I had to frog it back because it didn't fit. And that taken into consideration, I had gauge and I was knitting medium and I had too many stitches. So I ripped it back, kept all the stitches, and I knit more on this part because it was really snug under the arms. Now, I don't mind a snug sweater, but a little space under the arms is, you know, preferable. So I ripped back, knit that, and knit the sleeve on the 4th day. I have not knit on it since, because I am in the process of designing and preparing for a pattern release for the Halloween cal. Sorry, I was just, you know, admiring a dragonfly and the duck, my friend. I love this. I really do love this. So yeah, that is the only UFO I have with me. I also have with me some water, which is a good thing because it's getting hot. It's amazing. I love heat. Heat is good. Heat is great. Hello. Is it showing up in the camera? There it is. Yeah, I'm in my right element now. I'm hoping the wind doesn't sound it's very intense in the microphone. I'm just going to check. No, I'm just going to go with it. I'm outside. Deal with the wind. New things. There are things coming in the mail as well, which I'm waiting for. But from Finland, I got these 2 amazing beauties. And as I said in my FOs, that was my first pair. And I love the yarn. Now it just so happens that they won't make this line anymore, which broke my heart. And Vigdis, who runs and owns the yarn store in Stockmarknäs, agrees with me. It's a shame, because what? This is color 03653. I don't know what that name is. They do have names, but I don't have them, so I love them. I had this July vlogs running, and I asked if people had yarn they could part with. And a couple of people have gifted me yarn. This arrived during the July vlogs, and more is coming. So that will be for the next episode. And the Moomy, as we say in Norway, the Moomin, as you say in English, are from Finland, and she included this card. And she says, "Happy knitting, Carolina." So thank you, Carolina. I really do appreciate that you sent me this yarn. Oh my goodness. There's also a sachet bag down here that smells heavenly with some embroidery on it. And it's amazing. And there's a knitted heart included as well, which I will be saving for Christmas. I do white Christmas, as I said in the vlog, but if you didn't watch the vlog, I do white Christmas with just a hint of red here and there, just, you know, create a Christmassy mood. And it will be perfect for Christmas. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Love. Cannot wait to knit up this yarn into socks. Oh my goodness. I also bought bamboo ruggy in this colorway. You will have seen me bought this in a blue jeans, weathered kind of colorway in a previous episode. This, however, is not. This is beautiful, peachy and pink, and yeah, it's just, I love how worn this looks. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's 50% wool, 25% polyamide, and 25% bamboo, and it makes the softest socks. This, however, will not be socks. Just saying. The new Perfect line is here. What? I went on a yarn ban 1st of July. No, 1st of September. August. Shit, we're in September. Oh my goodness. No, we're in August. How can I not get this right? Oh well. 1st of August I went on a yarn ban. Just a few days into August, Mom and I went into the local yarn store, said hello to Vigdis because Mom needed some elastic sewing thread. And Vigdis, kindly enough, pointed out to me that the yarn that I was, you know, nagging her about for weeks had finally arrived. This, among others. I went for this colorway. Can you see that? Oh my god. This is delightful. This is me in a pair of socks. Right there. Yeah. Cannot wait to knit this up. This is colorway 09137. The reason I know that they weren't going to produce more of the 4-ply Regia Arne and Carlos yarn is because I went into Vigdis' store here in Stockmarknes and bought this. And she only had this one skein, and I was like, what's going on here? Why? And she was like, they're not going to produce it anymore. I swear you could have heard a pin drop to the floor. Oh my goodness. What? So I bought the last one she had. I wasn't originally going to buy it, but I went to the cash register to pay for the other things. You will have seen this in the vlog. And I was like, you know what? If they're not gonna make it anymore, I'm gonna buy it no matter what color it is. I do not do orange, really. But Halloween is coming up, you guys. I need something for Halloween, and I'm hosting a Halloween cow. Yeah, I needed this yarn. Also, Regia has released a new color design line 4-ply. This is a special edition. I am so sad I didn't buy more. I might go back and buy more if they have more when my yarn ban is over. I plan to not buy more yarn until after Halloween. May Odin and Thor have mercy on my soul, to put it that way. And if you don't know Norse mythology, watch Thor. The Hollywood movies, Thor 1 and 2, based on the Norwegian or Norse mythology. Amazing movies, by the way. It doesn't help much, you know, it doesn't hurt much that there's a hunk, you know, in the yeah. So back to the yarn. This is color 03772, and this is me in a hanky yarn. Skein yarn. There's a difference. love. It's pastel green, pastel blue, pastel yellow, pastel purple. If people are walking by now, they're probably gonna think I'm crazy. Okay, so I bought my first sock blank. Again, if you watch the July vlogs, not much of this is going to be the duck. News to you. But I had never tried stranded dye works. The beautiful Amy does so many beautiful artwork, hanks and sock blanks, and yes, it's art. All these indie dyers are just, you know, fish. They take my breath away because, you know, they're so darn talented. And this is my first sock blank. It will be going into a shawl. And this is flamingo legs. What? I can't really see the screen right now because of the sun, so I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. Oh, totally out of my comfort zone, but perfect for Halloween, which is why I bought it. So I will try to knit myself a Halloween shawl with this. Some kind of one skein wonder. Yeah, that's the plan for my first sock blank. I hope I like knitting with it. I have no idea. This is a new adventure. Then there's Arctic Yarns. Beautiful Amelia. Hey Amelia! She dyes Arctic yarns. She also hosts the Arctic Knitting podcast here on YouTube. If you haven't checked her out, what the heck are you doing? Go over there. Pause me. Get over there. She's wonderful. She dyes yarn, you guys. And she has now, through a Kickstarter project, been able to start, and more people are coming, start dyeing yarn. What? This is 100% pure Norwegian wool. And I think both are on the Caprino base, and all Norwegians will know what that is a reference to. So Caprino was a movie maker, animated movie maker back in the day, and he made a movie called Flåklypa, and these are colorways based on that. So this is Solan. The red one is, well, reddish one is Solan, which is which is a character in the movie. Gotta love that. And then there's this isn't embarrassing at all. I'm not used to having people watching. Oh well, gotta run with it. And this is Il Tempo Gigante, which is the car in the movie, I think. This movie, you guys, this is gonna break a whole lot of Norwegians' hearts, but I do not like this movie. It's my brother's fault. You know, the one that appears in this channel from time to time. He he watched that movie every single day for over a month. Back in 2001, 2002, it tore my head apart, I tell you. And since that day, I haven't, everything that has to do with that movie, just know, until she dyed this yarn, because this is, again, art. Norwegian rustic wool. Ellie, from the Skander Knits, I'm talking to you now. You gotta get your hands on this. This rocks. This is awesome. For rustic yarns, this is so soft. Now don't buy this and blame me if you think it's scratchy. I think it's soft. Gotta love that. This is for a secret project. You'll be seeing more of this later. Then there's 2 out of 3 because I haven't received the third package yet. So Little French Meadows are yarn dyers on Etsy. They have 3-month clubs of minis that they dye up, you know, and are amazing. And I figured this time I was going to buy one of those clubs. It's not very expensive, so, or expensive at all, at least I don't think so. And they come in these yellow polka dots, polka dot paper bags. And for July mini skein club, a little bit of cream, mini skeins in raspberry cream and coffee cream. They also always include some kind of goodies, and I haven't eaten them because it's mint cream. I'm saving it for as long as I can, because mint love. The yarn looks like this. And it's pretty obvious which one is the raspberry and which one is the coffee cream. Raspberry, coffee. Love. These are totally me. Pastels, oh my goodness. Going into my blanket whenever I have time to work on that again. Then there's the August mini skein club. These are called Best Friends. And it's Persian Blue and Springer Spaniel. And again, oh, and they also always include a stitch marker. For the July there was this strawberry. And for this it's a paw. Which is perfect because, you know, Makula, my cat. So yeah, these are the colors. The Persian Blue, you know, speaks for itself. And then there's the Springer Spaniel, which is this one. When I come home, I'm going to be very sad if this doesn't show up very good on the camera. Gotta love those yarn dyers. The Little French Meadows yarns are some of my favorite yarns when it comes to hand-dyed yarns. This, you guys, oh my goodness. My first ever a homespun house yarn. This is going to be for a future shawl design. And I wasn't really looking for the perfect yarn, but when I saw the name of this colorway, I couldn't care less what it looked like because the name was perfect. It just so happens that it is, again, a piece of art. This time by Molly. Hey Molly! This is Dale Fingering. 100% non-superwash merino, which is a favorite fiber of mine to work with. 400 meters or 427 yards, 100 gram hank, and 4 ounces. Hand wash in cool water and lay flat to dry. This colorway is called Grandma Sue's Geraniums. And I will get back to it when I'm finished with my designs, why that colorway is just about the most perfect colorway ever. Amazing. Originally, I bought one, but because Molly is so freaking awesome, I let her know that it was perfect for the reason that it was. and she included a second skein. You can't ask for more than that. Thank you so much. It's awesome. Somebody did not want to swim. Yeah, I love. And then I had this the last time too. My goodness, my butt is really starting to hurt from sitting on this stool. Did you not need to know that? Rib Magazine, 2nd edition. I have the first one as well. Loved it. I keep reading in it. This one is called Navigate. Yeah. There's so many beautiful patterns in here. They always include a drink recipe, which is awesome. There's a little bit about the designers in the back. And this recipe is the Moscow Mule, and I'm not going to include the recipe, but there's a picture of it right there. I need to try these drinks. I don't do drinks really, but that's just because, you know, I don't make them. Doesn't mean that I order one. Don't order one when I'm outside, you know, in a bar. There's Fickle Step socks. Can you see that? Yeah, I think you can see that. Those are cool. And the back of this ridging pullover, can you handle that? Can you even see that? I don't know. If you can't see that, I'm just going to put a picture here. Not only are the patterns in here exquisite, not only do you get a recipe for a drink and get to know designers you may not have heard of before, but the paper and the size and the, you know, the new paper book smell, gotta love it. this right here is becoming a favorite booklet. Jeanette of the Bookish Stitcher podcast. Hello, Jeanette! Hosted a sweater knit along. I entered with my kofta that you will have seen if you've been watching for a while. I'm just going to replace my stitch counter. So many things you don't need to know. And I won one of the prizes. And it has arrived. What? This is my first Bags by Awesome Granny bag. And it has books on it, which is pretty fitting because, you know, she's Bookish Stitcher on YouTube. Love her podcast. On the inside it has this yellow vintage fabric. It's very library. Everything here is very library. And with the bag came a matching notions pouch. In this I have the knitting needles I need for the Lupa Flea cardigan that I showed you as a UFO. Because this is actually the bag where it resided, but to keep things simple when recording, I just, you know, put everything from the giveaway in one. And then there's these beauties. She included this. This is a gauge ruler. This is my first gauge ruler that looks like this. It's bendy. Awesome. Gotta love it. And it's very handy. I've tried it and it works splendidly. So if you ever come across one of these, get one. Thank you, Janet, for including that. She also included 2 bags of David's tea. If I do that, you can actually see it. And the flavors are live wire lemon and organic the big chill. I have never tried David's tea before, so I'm excited to do so. I have restrained myself from opening these until I podcast. So, needless to say, I'm a little bit, you know, excited to try them soon. She also included, my goodness, Janet, you really outdid yourself in this one. 2 bars of soap from Tuft wool soap. One is, I don't know how you say this. It may be vetiver and cedarwood. Smells very divine, but the eucalyptus lemon is my favorite. Oh, cannot wait to try them. I have never tried woolen soap like this before. We have the liquid kind here, different types, but yeah. So I'm excited to try that. There's a stitch stopper and it says, "Stitch please, keep those stitches on your circular needles." I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I should take it out of the bag. The baby got impatient, so they left. It's just us again. This is what it looked like. If you couldn't see it, I'm sorry. It's actually a felted little ball. Oh my goodness, I am just now seeing this. This is a tiny sheep. I need to try and get a picture of this and put it on here somewhere. Because I don't think you can see that that is a sheep. If you can, that's awesome. Oh my god, that is so adorable. And it has a lobster clasp on it. So I can use it as a progress keeper as well. And she included stitch markers, ring markers, a sheep in burnt wood, adorbs, love. And then she included a hank of her own yarn. She dyes Open Skies yarn. She sells on Etsy. Janet, this is beautiful, and this is going to be a beanie. It doesn't look like it right now, but in a month I'm really gonna need it. So yeah, that is the logo right there. This is Funny Face colorway. It is a worsted weight, perfect for beanies, 100% superwash merino, 218 yards. No idea what that translates to into metric, but I'm guessing just under 200 meters. Guessing. Right, those were the new things. Now let's talk a little bit about the difference between a hank and a skein and why it's important to separate, to call, we have a saying here in Norway, call a spade for a spade. Just call the devil by its name, I guess, in English. I don't know. Anyway, a hank of yarn looks like this. A skein of yarn looks like this. Obviously, there's a difference. But the biggest difference comes, the first swap I did. Hello, Shauna. I haven't told Shauna this, but I am so embarrassed over the pack I sent her. My goodness, because we agreed to swap a skein of yarn, or 2 skeins of yarn. In Norway, this is a skein of yarn. And we didn't agree on grams or anything, so I just, figured, okay, if, she wants one of each color, that's what she's gonna get. And one skein of these are usually 99% of the times 50-gram skeins with half as much yarn in them. I would recommend to make sure when you do a swap, make sure that there are specified what you mean, because she got 2 50-gram balls of yarn, skeins of yarn from me, and I got 2 hanks of yarn from her. I got twice as much yarn. I'm still ashamed of that. I'm sorry, Shauna. I really am. Maybe one day something will drop in your mailbox. Okay, so I am going to host a Halloween cow. There will be a promo video for this when we are closing in on September, but for now, these are the main ideas. I will release new patterns. Not all will come at once. I do have a pattern release due 1st of October, and then I'm going to try and release 2 patterns 1st of September. This cowl will run from September 1st to October 31st, so no past Halloween until Halloween is over. It's going to be my time, but I'm going to close it when I get out of bed and sip my first cup of coffee the November 1st, giving every time zone chance to enter. Any pattern or yarn Halloween related are welcome. If you knit a lace pullover, it's welcome if you have knitted in a Halloween themed yarn. If you knit a Halloween themed project, it's also welcome. You need to specify in your FO thread, of course, why it is Halloween themed. But if you enter with one of my patterns that I release, because all 3 patterns I plan on releasing now, both 1st of September and 1st of September and 1st of October, my goodness, blah, 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 are going to be Halloween themed. If you enter with any of those, you get 2 entries. 2. I say that, and you will be the one having to enter twice. Post your post twice. I am not going to start fidgeting with forms and computer programs and all that jazz, because I just don't do that. If you want 2 entries, make one of my patterns and enter it twice. In addition to your FO, there will be a chatter thread and there will be a FO thread. In the FO thread, as always, no chatter, just, because I will draw a winner or 2, all depending on how many prizes there will be, with random number generator. So, in addition to a picture or 2 of your finished object, explanation to why it is Halloween themed, there's the dragonfly again. You will have to tell a horror story from your own life. I will include my horror stories in the patterns, because I have 3. which is why I'm releasing 3 patterns. Ghost stories are allowed. Just so you know, we do believe in ghosts, right? Just saying. It can be, if you have a phobia for something, like me, spiders. Just so you're warned, all my 3 horror stories are themed around my phobia, my experience, and my close encounter with those. If you, yeah, so just, keep it to that. You will have to include 1 or 2 pictures of your FO, explain why it's a Halloween project, pattern name, color work name of the yarn, and a horror story from your own life. That is what you have to do to enter. So there will be new patterns, there will be horror, and there will be prizes. If you are a maker and you want to donate a prize to this cal, please let me know. Contact me through my website, nordicstitches.contact, and let me know, and we can agree on something. That duck is really dirty under that wing. She's really just getting in there. Yeah, so that is all I have to say for this episode. I'm going to enjoy the sun a little bit now, and then I'm going to go home, grab some dinner, get back outside, and just enjoy this heat, because this is wonderful. I hope that this wasn't too scatterbrained and too rushed, and I also hope that you appreciated me filming outside, because as I said, I am more outside these days, and it's natural for me to film outside. Why I haven't done so before is just beyond me, but there you have it. Yeah, I will be filming outside next time too, so thank you so much for taking time out of your day and spending it here with me. There are hundreds of podcasters out there. I cannot describe how much it means to me that you actually choose to spend time with me in my podcast, listening to my scattered brain talking about what I'm working on and what I buy. So until next time, I don't know when it's going to be, but hopefully it's not going to be as long. So until next time, when I have something to show you, wherever you are, whoever you are, be kind, be good, and have a very nice day. Bye. could it be full of butterflies? Whoop! Yarn almost went into the water. That would not have made a perfect pair of pants.